Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Sound check. All right, let's go. We good? Shalom, Israel. We're the ISUPK, started off 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yahanna, where we teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians make up the 12 tribes of Israel. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite association or group or whatever they may call themselves. Where we teach blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians that they're the greatest people ever walked the face of the earth. This is Officer Qadash teaching the Lashawan Qadash class, the ancient and the Assyrian. In particular, we're going to go over some of the Assyrian understanding of people getting their characters a little mixed up. I know I used to, but we're going to break that down and make it a little bit more simpler for you. Okay, Assyrian Hebrew. We use Assyrian Hebrew a lot in the Sabbath service. Um, um, and because we use the ancient Hebrew here in Lashawan Qadash class and the Sabbath service. But for people who are tuning in and wondering what's Assyrian Hebrew? Well, it's the same Hebrew as ancient Hebrew. It's just that the characters are different. It sounds something like Abagada, Hawazaka, Taya Kala Manasa Ipatazakwarashata. It's the same. But the characters are all the world different. And we're going to go over those characters and how they fit into words and how they have the understanding so people can get a little better clue about what in the world they're looking at in the ancient Hebrew. Um, you know, we teach this in Greenville, South Carolina every Friday night, right? 7 o'clock. Who we got in class there?
We have
Uh-huh.
Princess Kai Yalaba.
Princess Kayalaba.
Uh-huh.
All right. And how about, okay, we'll have Shar. Okay, we have other people checking in here. Well, let's clap it up for the people that check and join class. How about Shem Yahweh Shai Barak? A thumb to all of my brothers. Yahweh Shamar Allah Thun by Shem Yahweh Shai to my sisters. And we're going to go over the plurals and why they and what they mean and why they're used. How do you form a plural in female and male? Because when we say it, even the salute, we say Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Barak, a thumb for the male. And or we can just say Barak Atah if I'm talking to a brother singular. But if I want to talk to a lot, we want to say a thumb. And of course, that's Ham. And then Han, you say Yahweh Shemar Alathan by Sheb Yahweh Shai. Alathan, you could say Yahweh Shemar Alatha if you're talking to one singular female. The female is given one salute. Or you can say Yahweh Shemar Alathan. That's that Han again when you want to say plural. And we'll go over that a little bit here. We're going to kind of go over some of these. I've done this class before because people, they got a great understanding out of it. I know it's not that the Hebrew chart will stump a lot of people, right? What we got? Hebrew.
That was UPK Shar.
Yeah, UPK Shar checking in class. Officer Shar, who puts in the chat, and make sure you guys. He provides our YouTube and our Facebook channels for us. Does a great job here and down in where is that at? Down in Augusta, and a few more places down there. But this is what you want to do. You want to check in a class because right here is where your Hebrew name starts. It'll start right here, right in Lashawan to Qadash class. You check in for a few days here, 90 days. And we'll make sure you get your Hebrew name. Well, we had a sister that's got a Hebrew name a while back. Had a brother got a Hebrew name just a while back. So I remember when I got my Hebrew name a little bit far back, but it ain't that far. But everybody, all the way down from Commander General Yahanna gets the Hebrew name. So this starts here by checking in the class and making sure you participate, of course, at least check in the class. That's the point. And listen, you might know you don't want to participate, but I encourage you so you can ask your question or just kind of go with instructions that the teacher is giving you. In this case, it's Officer Kazakh Par 1000 out of here of South Carolina, right?
Yeah.
Any more people in class?
Azara.
Azara, okay, and okay, cool. We'll have Sister Azara. So put some likes and comments over there for them. Azara, let's clap it up for everybody again. Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shai, Barak, a thumb to my brothers. That's the plural I'm talking about. Yahweh Shemar, Allah thumb by Shem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shemar, Allah thun by Shem Yahweh Shai. Allah thun to all of my sisters. Of course, that word atha is where you when you say Barak, it's the word you, and you want to pluralize it. You, mainly y'all, or many of y'all. Well, we get over that. But let's get into some Hebrew characters here, where people will get. What do I do there? That people will get all spent to figuring out, man. I can't figure out what these say because in Hebrew we're gonna say what's this Hebrew in Assyrian, right? There's Assyrian for we want to say right? A lot of people say, what does that mean? When you see that, then you just say and then of course you got a ba, which sort of looks like this. What you got to understand in Hebrew, Assyrian always looks like it's got a little curl. A lot of the letters have a little curl up here. And then you say, why is that important? Because you'll begin to see that when you make these characters, every little bit counts toward clarity. Okay. So it's ba. You have a ga. I don't normally go over class like this, so pay attention to the subtle differences that you'll see here that will help you. Okay, ba, ga. All right. Then you have here's another one here. You have a da right here. Now these are Assyrian characters only. I'm not doing any ancient characters necessarily tonight. If I do, I'll tell you. Okay. By God. Now you always start off with that straight line over here, and then go like that with a curl, and put a little curl up here to the front part of it. Let's make it a little straighter than that. Put a little curl. I mean, a little. Make sure you have a little point at the end over here, because that's a da. You say, does that matter? It makes all the difference in the world. Because if you don't do that, you're gonna see other letters starting to look like that. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Say like we go to the da, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know how many characters that look like da? Here's one right here. We have this one. What's this character? Anybody know? That's a ka. All right. Now I'm gonna stop putting the name of these on there so you can guess them. Now see how they will subtly look alike, and then you have a ka. Now what's this ka? That is what we call an ending connector ka. This is a ka. Normally in Hebrew would look like this. That's what the ka looks like. Okay. All right. Now, you, of course, all these sounds, the reason why I said that all these sounds you're going to use in words. You're going to use, can they see me pretty good up here? Yeah, okay. All these sounds you're going to use in words. So pay attention because I'm going to get you to participate in a second here. All these sounds you're going to use in words, right? Ka. And you have, let's see, where we at now? Here is what I said, Abba, God, Da. And then you have this sound. Somebody tell me what that sound is. Write it out in the chat. Looks just like this. Okay. And there you go again. You got the straight line with a little curl at the end there. Yeah, just like that. You can see how it sort the Assyrians made us their slaves. And by when they made us their slaves, they made us use their Hebrew characters. And that's got a lot to do with what I'm drawing on the board here, okay? You notice, okay, there we go. What character is that? Anybody? Y'all take your time and put in the chat. What character is that one? I mean, you know, that's a lot of characters look like this, and we're gonna explore that in a second. But that is a particular name for this one. Here we go. Abba, God, Da. What's the next sound? I mean, you got somebody wrote it on there.
Mm-hmm.
Who wrote that?
That was Azra.
Azra. All right. What you got?
She has Ha.
Ha. Okay. Let's write it up. Let's write this down. I'm gonna put this in red real quick here. Pay attention because I'm trying to show you the subtle differences. You know, see that red right there? There we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Ha. Do you know how many other sounds that look like that? Well, I'm gonna tell you. Here's one. That one. What's that one? What's this sound? We'll put it down here a little bit. There. What is that sound right there? Right here. So we have Abba, Da, Da, Ha. But what is that one? Because it looks just like it. Somebody write in the chat what that is. This is your chance to participate. That's why I'm doing it this way. So, because it helps you grow when you participate in the chat, then you see what you're writing, then you begin to see in the future, you'll begin to see what it is. I'm sorry, go ahead. Anybody? Okay. What's this right here? That is a sound, and it looks just like that sound. I'm kind of writing it vertical down here underneath the original chart. It's really simple as looking at the chart or memorizing the chart. This just goes to show you how well your notes are or how well you put together your study instruments at home, right? While you're eating your chicken wings and you're drinking your juice. Your wine, your yayan, or your mayam, your water. You have some of that. Anyway, somebody got something in there?
Yes, Azra.
What she got? Azara. And Kayaboth and Shar, everybody, you can participate. This is for people who with a lot of experience and least experience, okay? Go ahead. What you got?
She has Ka, C-H-A-A.
Oh, C-H-A-A. We see something here, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
We see that, of course, this is a Ka. That's a, is she right? Yeah, of course. That's a K-A right there.
Mm-hmm.
She sees that Ka and this Ka look different. But more than anything, it looks like this Ha, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That Ha and that Ka look a lot alike. All right, let's move to another one. And if that's the case, look at this one. And then when I first started out, okay, let's do it this way. Now, look at it. Look at how they look. All right. Since that's the case, tell me what this one is, and I'll show the subtle. Okay, and I'll show the subtle differences, and then I'll stop right here with these three and explain them real quick here. We'll let you guys get them out, put them out in your notes there, because they all have some subtle differences to them, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to show you. Boy, they look alike. And right there, it took me a while to figure it out. But once, and I'm making it easy because I didn't have no teacher to show me this. I had to learn this on my own. You know, my captain, I think it was Captain Nataza, he said, get out there, study, show yourself approved. Dawada said, hey, here's a pencil and paper, write them down. So hey, this is how that goes, man. You know, so far we got ha, ah, ba, ga, da. We're teaching the Assyrian Hebrew here at the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge to show you the differences here of what they look like. Why? Because you say, why do that? Because once you start to pick up on the subtle differences, you'll begin to know now what the difference is. You'll begin to see it all the time, see it. And after a while, you'll say, oh, that's the reason. Because if you don't, you'll never learn to read the Hebrew. This Assyrian Hebrew, it ain't no joke. Because there are no Hebrew, what we call them? Characters. I'm sorry. There are Hebrew characters to them, ending characters, like this ending character. But there's no connectors to them. So you don't know how to make informed assigns. What we got over here? Somebody?
Yes. Azra.
Yeah, what she got?
Yeah.
What she got?
She has 5.
Okay. Now I'm assuming you agree with all that.
I agree.
All right, all right, all right. That's good. Let's clap it up there, man. The sisters winning tonight. The brothers are subdued. They locked down with that mayam, or they giving orders in the house or something. I don't know, you know, whatever. I know how it is, bro. Put your foot up on tape. I'm just joking. But anyway, ha, ka, and fa look similar, don't they? Tell me the similarities. Look at them. I mean, I couldn't be no more similar than this. What do you see? Tell me the difference you see between here, here, and here, and tell me which ones you say, because they are totally different. Totally different. I know people looking at them, you know, they saying, yeah, I see them now. But ha, ka, and these are all Assyrian characters, okay? But they damn sure ain't the same characters. But they look just alike. Y'all see what I'm saying? So what do you see between here, here, and there? You know, and you don't gotta write no thesis on it. Just tell me one catchword. What do you see? What does it look like to you? I mean, what do you see from here, here, and there? What do you see the differences? I don't need to say it because if I say it, it's gonna come out of my mouth. I'm not gonna osmosis give it to you. You gotta figure that out yourself, right? So what do you see? Tell me. You tell me what you see. You know, we're chilling out here Friday night, and we're glad you guys can join us too, because here in Greenville, South Carolina, classes in the ISUPK, what we do is we make sure we concentrate on our Israelite School and Universal Practical Knowledge Hebrew chart. This is the Lashawan Qadash class. In Lashawan Qadash class, that chart is like the mother teacher. That's what the Most High, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, gave us this chart right here. You know, and he said, look, yeah, this is what y'all gonna need. But I mean, you know, somebody, of course, made the chart through looking at the scrolls and all that. People, I hear people finding scrolls all the time, you know, whatever. I don't know. Anyway, anybody got some? Okay, well, if we'll give you a few seconds, if y'all don't pick up some subtle differences between these three. You must admit they look alike, right?
They do.
Okay, so tell me, Kayaba, Izara, um, who we got? Shara, we got now Yar somewhere should be checking in unless he's slaughtering something, lamb or whatever I think out there he got to help out. But anyway, like you see nothing, kind of like, and I'm gonna show you the other ones here as we go down the line here, and we'll erase things and shift things around as we go too. Here, let me give you a difference. The biggest difference I used to notice right here, and of course we'll move on to something else after a while, is this right here. See that right? See that space right in there? Y'all see that space? Y'all see that space right there? That space is not in either, not in either three of these, or neither of these. Anybody got something written down there? What they got?
Azra says an opening in Ha.
There you go. That's the opening right there. That's the opening I'm talking about right there, right? And you'll notice that. And what else? Anything else? An opening in Ha. That's exactly right. Let's clap it up for that sister right there. An opening in Ha. And you'll see that. And I'll give you, here's one. Here's just opposite. A closing in Ha. It looked like some sort of musical note, like I don't know. It was just what we call a tie. A musical tie, where you tie two notes like ding, 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 ding. And after you know the scales, then you can sit there and play the music. And just put that music, I'm just joking. Put that music down and learn your songs by heart. All right. What else? What about this star right here? That thigh. What's the difference? Well, what I see, I'm gonna tell you straight out, unless Kayalboff want to give me a. What do you see, Kayalboff? Right here. I'll talk to her directly because she sits over there and drink that Jamaican rum. I'm assuming Kayalboff can hold enough. You old enough drink rum, Kayalboff? Here, right here. What does this style look like? What is it? Because it compares to one of these three here. What's the difference here? What do you do? Because I know one of the brothers used to say there's a distinct difference to that one there when you're learning. You just you kicking around, you study, you over here studying, this brother over here studying. You compare notes. You might look and you say, "Huh, that looks different. That looks the same over there, whatever." Anybody? Anyway, what do you see? Wait a minute. Did Kayaba put anything over there?
Azra.
Azara, what you got, Azara?
She says an opening. Oh, it was just an opening in Ha. She had said.
Okay. All right. Opening Ha. All right. And you can see, I'll show you this. It's like a brother used to say, a golf club right there, because that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
On the end of Tha. Now, all of these characters, the Assyrians, all of these characters, the Assyrians gave us this little symbol, and that I wouldn't say corrupted our language. That's just the way they did it. That's the way they did it when we were in slavery. But it still it says tha, because if you want to say a tha in the ancient Hebrew, it will look like this. Well, it will look like this. Okay. And if you want to say a ka in the chart over here, if you want to say a ka, it'll look like this. And I'm not dwelling on this. That's just the ancient Hebrew I'm putting over here. It don't look nothing like that, of course. And then, of course, the ha. What did the ha look like? Well, the ha looked like that. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what that, so they don't look nothing like. So the Syrians didn't like anything that we did. But the Most High gave us these. These are a lot easier to figure out. Because they have real meaning to them. All they did was take theirs and make a graphical difference. We know what these things, if I break down the class and explain ancient Hebrew and tell you what these mean, you'll have a different opinion. What you got there?
Azra said a dot on the end, which is
Yeah, the golf club. That golf. Yeah,
yeah.
and that's exactly right. She's got the golf club dot. That's exactly right.
Mhm.
She said dot, but that's really what it is. It's just a. I guess you can call it a dot,
Mhm.
right? Okay, but we'll erase these, right?
Okay.
Okay, but that's what you got. So we got uh where we at? Abagada ha. Okay. Ugh. Okay, ha, and then we're gonna say wa. This wa looks like this. Here's one that's funky. Just look like a damn straight line, don't it? And sometimes when you read the Syrian, what is this one called? This is a Abagada Hawa, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a wa. These are Syrian. Okay, what looks like that? Oh, a whole lot of things look like that. What the hell is my? Oh, yeah. Hawa. Oh my God. And then you have stuff like this, like this. You see?
Mhm.
And then you have stuff that looks like like this. And I'm gonna show you. Yeah. See how these look? And you notice how they make it's like a straight line stem, straight line sideways stem, straight line stem. I mean stem. If I take this off the bottom, hell, it'll be just like the damn wall. So what is this? And what is this one? That's what you need to learn. What are you got? Say, because Akshapar, what you got up here on the board? I'll tell you what you got. You got a dilemma. If you don't know what it is, that means you need to search this chart,
Mhm.
right? Wah. But what's this? What's that? These are not wahs, but they damn sure look like it. So y'all tell me. Tell me what they are. So far we got Abagada, Hawa. No, but I'm not confusing anybody. I'm just trying to say, I'm just going down the Hebrew characters right here in order up to the top, and I'm finding a similar letter or character. And because when you teach the ABCs. A good way to do it is A B C D E F G. In this case, I'm going Abagada Hawa. Same thing, right? So that's what you want to learn. You want to learn this Wa. How many characters on here look like Wa? You got a few, right?
Mhm.
You know. And I'm gonna go back to Ba in a second here, and we're gonna pull out a few of them. Oh, matter of fact, I can give you another one. I'll give you another one. Let's see. Yeah, here's one. Can you see the board on this one? Like like there's that same character. Okay. I want y'all to tell me. Look at that. Confusing, ain't it? That's where we have to go. You priests and prophets, man. We have to go around and memorize this chart because that's what the Most High wants us to do. Why? Because this is the original language, man. We had the original language. That's what you got to understand, right? Your original language. And so we're showing you the subtle differences in this original language. That makes sense?
Makes sense.
Y'all talk to me now. If y'all don't understand, y'all bring something out here. Say, hey man, I don't understand that. And I'll try to tell you. Right? Okay.
We have um, Princess Labaya checking.
Princess Labaya. Clap it up for Princess Labaya right there. Yeah, how Shema Than by Shem Yahweh Shah. But this is a beautiful class right here. Uh, Sister Prophet Officer Natazah Gabar, right? But you got Wah here. You got some more things that look like this. So y'all job is to tell me, well, what are they? Because look how these look. If I don't put this, let me show you this right here. I won't put it in red. Show you how subtle that look. Look at that. Come think of it. Some people I do know that used to participate in class, they used to get a lot of these wrong, especially in this going right here. I ain't gonna name no names if I can remember. um, and I'm gonna go down this back to this bog. We got this is the Syrian Hebrew we're working on here now, because it's different. The Syrian Hebrew, it ain't your ancient Hebrew. What we got? We got why, what's this? And what's this? And what's that? What's this first one here?
She said it's her, but you said it was.
What?
She said, Salakia, if I may, it's me, LOL.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Clap it up for this. She used to get these mixed up a lot. I remember in class. Her and Shara when they used to get in class.
Yeah.
Both of them attacked that Hebrew chart, right?
Yeah.
But she did. Uh, Sister Labias used to get a lot of these the same. I noticed it, quite frequently. But it's all right. So what's this one? That's what we do, and that's how we go and we participate, and you learn. That's how you know. Like you're gonna get something different. I got something different when I was working on these studying for a test.
Mm-hmm.
Shar got something different. Everybody gets something different. Amawad got something different. Aisha. Everybody's gonna get something different. They don't mind me using their name. And even the sisters in class, Izara, Kuyabov, Labaya, all y'all gonna get some differences, things that you don't remember as well. But now I put that in red there because a lot of people get these difference here. As a matter of fact, anyway, tell me what this character is right here.
Azra has an answer.
What you got?
She has Za.
All right, and what you everybody else agree with that? If you do, say Khan. Okay, because just looking at that, I mean, this looks funky, man. All right. Because it's easy looking at these on paper, especially when we have Sabbath service tomorrow. You look at them on paper, you'll say, damn. When you read them, and here's the thing what people, I know when I said Passover, read this up there on the platform. When you read these characters, you got to read them like that. You can't be there all day long saying, ka, lama, No, you gotta say Abagada Hawazakataya Kalamanasa because of Korashata. You gotta go down the line, but that becomes with familiarity. Like the singer used to say, ain't that peculiar? That ain't that familiar. Well, he's doing it over and over again, man. You're reading this, and that's what we do here in the ISUPK, of course. Our black brothers and sisters, we got it. But she said, Za, anybody else agree with that? Is that what it is? Somebody else verify this stuff here. What we got?
Um,
Anybody else?
She just said,
She's saying yes.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? You say yes?
I say yes.
And y'all both, where y'all at? Okay, here we go. She says Za, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's clap it up for it. Exactly right. That's what it is. And you look at that Za. And I hope you guys keep this lesson down with you, because you can also throw God in there also. But because if you take just branch it off like that, you're gonna see that little stem up there. This little stem with a straight line, stem with a straight line, stem with a straight line. What's this character here? If that's the case, because it looks. If I take cover up just like that, look at that. Doesn't it look like the wall? All the wall has a lot of little cousins down here. That's what I'm trying to say. They look alike, and that's all I'm trying to do is the familiarity. We're working on the Syrian Hebrew and the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. If you're a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, uh, then apply to this channel. That's what we want. Of course, you have heathens time to time check in. Just as long as you can shut your mouth, and we'll go from there. Go ahead. What you got?
Um, uh, Princess Lubaya has an answer.
What she got?
Nah.
You got a nah? Oh Lord. Anybody agree with that? Anybody? Anybody agree with that nah? She got nah for this one, right?
Okay.
Because if you take off that bottom there, man, it'll look just like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what used to confuse the hell out of me sometimes. It's like, all right? Because a Syrian character is a building block of their characters. The Hebrew characters, they mean something. All they did with the Syrian was basically take and made a standard collection of characters and familiarization and made them look alike, really, if you ask me. But they had to form them different. You agree with that? You agree with what she got right there?
I do agree.
Okay, Izara. Izara, you agree? What she got?
She says concert.
Clap it up, everybody. Exactly right. That's a nah, and I'm gonna show you. Now, I know Labai used to get this. Sometimes she couldn't figure it out, and maybe it was because I was drawing it wrong. But if you look at this wall, see that right there?
Mm-hmm.
Without that bottom, they look exactly alike. That's the point I'm trying to make. But I'm trying to draw it. If you look at the chart, you see it has a little stem up in the air, just like that stem up in the air on the wall, and a straight line at the bottom. This doesn't have one. That's important. See, you have to be you once you do it one time, two or three times, you'll never forget what that is. Somebody else?
Oh no, she's just clapping.
Yeah, oh yeah, of course. Clap it up, class, man. Exactly right. You'll never forget once you do this over and over again. That lets me know that now you know the Hebrew chart. That's what it is. You don't just read the chart. You're graduating to be a understanding competitor of understanding Assyrian Hebrew, because that Assyrian Hebrew is no joke, because it has no connectors in it. You don't know how to make it sound.
Mm-hmm.
You better be good at the ancient Hebrew, or you be walking around here saying Shalom. Anyway, what about this one here? It's got that same stem, okay, and I kind of crooked letter, like I put a little crooked letter down here. What about this one right here? So far, we got the wa, the za, the na. We got some other letter down there. What is that letter? Let people online try to get it. We'll see, because I can tell you what it is, but it ain't gonna do you no good. Y'all tell me what this one is down here, and look at it, of course, real subtly. And I'm gonna go back to this one, because this right here got some G Willikers on there, as they was Dennis the Menace used to say that, I think. But anyway, that one. But anyway, what's this one down here? We'll take your time. All right. Because we're gonna dwell on this, then of course we'll move on to something else. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, mm.
Okay, we have an answer.
What we got?
Okay, Princess Levia says it's an ending character Nah.
Really? Damn. Well, she been studying. She got a she an ending character now. Hell, y'all agree with that?
Yeah.
All right. Azariah, you agree with that? Let's make sure y'all all in one accord up in here. I know I see you got the women participating. That means they're gonna take it back to the men. say, because Oxford said this is what it is. So I want to make sure y'all guys understand this. And y'all girls understand. Y'all women understand this. Lock it. What you got? Uh, she said that's an ending character. I mean, she got it. She
That's
got
the
it.
rest of the answer.
Yeah, they clap it up for that. Exactly right. I can't fool y'all tonight so far. But then, if you look at all these, look at that. Look how they look, and look how these look. Now check this out, and look how this. Of course, this one don't look like that car doesn't look like that. I just threw that one out there. All right, that's that ain't what that is. That's I just showed you that there was another car. That makes sense. Yeah. All right. All right. Let's go. Check this one out. Here's something that'll kind of something to think about right here. Underneath this bar. And I'll also I'm gonna put it right here. Let's put it here. I was gonna put it underneath the bar. Let's put it here. There. How about that? Look at that. Now you tell me this don't look alike. Won't that throw you off there? God dang. I mean, that's like, oh, what's going on? Yeah. And as a matter of fact, I could put down, if I include ba, I could put it down there, but since it's already up here, but I'm gonna put it down there anyway. If you put down ba like this, look at that. See? Of course, we already got it. We know this is a ba. But what are these? What's that one? We know this is a ka, because I gave you that one. But what in the Sam world is this one right here? Y'all take your time. So we got Abagada and Da. That's a Da. And why is it a Da? Because it got that same top, curl at the beginning, straight line, then it comes back with a curl back end going down right there. Da.
We have a sister checking in.
Who we got checking in there?
We have Ratazak Yahanna.
Ratazak.
Oh no,
Ratazak's the brother.
The brother.
Right.
Salakia.
Right. That's Officer Ratazak. He's
a trooper.
One of our troopers. Yeah.
From
Gotcha.
Colombia.
From Colombia, right. Ratazak. Good. Clap it up for that, will you? How about Shem Yahushai Barak a thumb to all of my brothers? Yahweh Shamar al Thun by Shem Yahushai to my sisters. Appreciate that, Ratazak, for checking in.
And you have two answers for this.
What we got for this answer right here? What we got? What's the first one?
We have Princess Why it says Ra, and so does Azra.
They both said that. Shit, they must be on the line. Y'all on the phone line talking, and we know this is a Ba. That's Ra. Everybody else say that same thing. That looks like it. So we'll clap it up for them. Exactly right. That's exactly right. So you said also, sis. Mm-hmm. All right. See, that's a Ra. You see how they look. There's a lot of similarities. When you look at these, now a lot of people used to get this Da and that Ra, and I'll explain it. even the ba, even the ba, you know,
Mm-hmm.
the ba has a straight line at the bottom, so you can't confuse it. A lot of people miss that. It's lock it.
Mm-hmm.
That ba, okay. But this ra, it has the same top format. You see
Mm-hmm.
what we got? Same format.
Mm-hmm.
Now it has like the da has like a little curl at the inside, curled on the inside and go straight down. But the ra has a curl on the inside corner here. It doesn't go past a straight line. It's like let me say this again.
Okay.
It's got a straight line over here, okay? Then it comes in, and from the right side it will curl down. But here from the left side it will make a radius and go down.
Mm-hmm.
And plus the ra is wider. The da is not as wide. Okay, I'm trying to make these proportionate as the same size. And then the ba is exactly like the ra, but one thing different. This straight line on the bottom. Look at it. You'll see it on the chart. It's the same damn thing. The da is the same thing too. It's the same. It's that same line. That same line on the top. Now the ka is too, really, when you think about it, that this ending connecting ka, you can actually go out just a little further right here, but it ain't. See that right there?
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. So you got to get used to these differences. That radius, there's a radius, a little curl like that. That radius, that ra and that ra, that ra and that ba look just alike, except for you got a straight line on the bottom and none right there. The ka, same thing. But here you got a da with the inside radius going this way, straight down. And it's usually generally not as big, okay? That's what you got to understand. Of course, this is the Syrian Hebrew we're explaining, you got to understand that. That's important, right?
Mm-hmm.
What we got? Abagada Hawa, right?
Keep going.
Hawa, Zaka. I'm gonna move on to something, the subtle differences on these, instead of trying to get entire. I think we just about got them, all of them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Except for these right here. Here's three that people get confused a lot. Like if I go like this one, like this, and then you got to understand, lock it. You got to go like this, like that. Now y'all tell me the differences, depending on how I write it. I'm gonna do it like this, all right? And here's one. And of course, here's one. Yeah, there you go. That same thing, man. There. Right there. Here are three that just look exactly alike. With the untrained eye, can they see that? My big head ain't in the way.
No. No.
What we got? Because we're gonna go do the first one up here. Then I'm assuming you're going top to bottom here on your writing, so I'll know if you got one, two, and three. We'll have to get too formal with it. These are your most subtle differences in your language that I've seen. That's why I'm addressing them, because if you can do these, you'll pretty much have the understanding. You know,
Okay.
right?
Uh-huh. We
Well,
have some answers.
we do already. What we got?
Okay. This is like y'all says the first one is saw.
That's a song. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
The next one.
Here in class.
She says it's an I.
Is this is an I?
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right.
Isra also says the first one is a Sa.
She said it's a Sa.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay.
Well, these girls, these y'all women taking over it, man.
And the third one,
It's hard, ain't it?
Princess Laria says it's a Ma.
She says a Ma. Oh, that's okay.
Mhm.
So she's been studying a little bit too.
Mhm. That's it.
A lot of bit.
Mhm.
Azara, you agree with this? You agree with this also? And Sister Kalyaboff, I'm sure all y'all agree with this because your
Yeah.
brother Shaw,
Mhm.
Officer Shaw, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
What? Y'all agree with these?
Kind of.
Now, cause looking at them, to be honest with you, I don't see how y'all can see the difference with the way I'm writing them.
Mm.
I'm trying though. And that tells me that
Mhm.
y'all understand the differences that I've written. That's what it tells me.
Mhm.
You know, because if you look at this real good, if you look at this real good at the top in Assyrian, you'll see a straight line here. It's really a straight line there.
Mhm.
Then it joins back into that. You see that right there? But you see that curly Q up there. Same way here. Okay.
Mhm.
What kind of ma is that? Somebody. And you said it was a ma, but what is that? Because I thought a ma looked like this. I thought a ma looked like that. So what's that? I thought a ma looked like that. What we got? What kind of? I mean, the ma looked like that. So what kind of ma is that? I ain't say you were wrong. Just tell me what it is.
Uh, Princess Laria says house, and it's in Assyrian.
It's a what?
She said house, and then she said it's Assyrian.
Yeah, it is. It's house. What's the house? Oh, how you spell that when you say house?
House.
Oh, well, I'll say it a little different
Mm-hmm.
than you said it. That's an ending character. That's what that is. Because the ma normally would look like this. But when you have a word like, let's put a word out here. Let's give you a word like this. Okay? And if I was to spell that in Assyrian, it would be like this. Okay? It would be ma, ya. Of course, you have to look, you have to find your ya, and the ya looks like this in Assyrian. Let me get rid of this stuff here. The ya looks like this. Ma, ya, and then of course you want to put this ending character here, just like this,
Mm-hmm.
just like we got it on the board. Over here, curl it up there, and then come down like that.
Mm-hmm.
And be very careful that you don't here. Yeah, be very careful that you don't make it look like a sa.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why did we put this here instead of this? Anybody? Because that's an M also. And my yam, somebody talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
I got two questions. Why do we put this ma here that I said it was an ending character?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
There. I'm giving you all kind of clues. And what does this word mean? Two things. And then why did I use this M? Why? I mean, why did I have to use this, that? Because you said it was a ma.
Mm-hmm.
There's the ma right there. Right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What we got?
She has an answer.
Who has an answer?
Princess Laura.
What you got?
She said ending characters are connectors.
Ending characters, that's exactly right. Ending characters, well, not necessarily connectors. It's just an ending character. So clap it up for us. You're exactly right. It is an ending character because ending characters occur at the end of a word. We have ma, ya, and ma right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that makes this an ending character.
Mm-hmm.
That, right? Not that. If you put this, that occurs at the beginning or the middle, but never at the end. And that's one of the things that the Assyrian has done. They have, okay, here in the chat, how many ending characters are there? Since y'all doing that.
She has a meaning for the word too.
Yeah. Who wrote the meaning for the word?
Princess Laura.
What do you got?
Water.
Water. Is that what y'all believe?
Kind
That's what y'all agree with?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. Clap it up for the sister. Right. That's what it is. My yam is water. All right. All right. My yam is water. Okay. Because that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And so therefore, when you put the ending character there, you have to do like that. Because if you didn't give the ending character, I wouldn't know what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Now in the Hebrew ancient, it'll be, you'll have the same as the beginning. We don't need ending characters.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I know the Assyrians, they probably needed it, probably because all their words have an eyesight, an eye. They'll appeal with the eye. Because I'm showing the differences here. I'm catching them.
Mm-hmm.
So they use their eye a lot. We know what we use the ancient Hebrew, those characters have meaning. Okay, that makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we say water. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all put that in y'all notes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's water. So that's what. So if I say, since she said that, tell me what this word is. If that's the case, in ancient Hebrew. Let's do it this way. Let's see what this word is right here. Tell me what this word translates to be. Okay. Well, if there are no connectors, so what this word? What is this word? You know, y'all write down in the chat. Use your Hebrew Assyrian and tell me what that word is. All right. It's going to get down into something that we are going to graduate the class into again. We're going to expand this class into Assyrian Hebrew and just going to keep it going here. Okay. So tell me what this word transliterates. I'm sorry, not translate. Transliterate. That means tell me in English what these characters are. That's what it means. See, glad these sisters here taking out the time. In the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we take the time to learn our ancient Hebrew and our Assyrian Hebrew. Of course, we got sisters all the way from Jamaica, Kayalba. We got Sister Labaya, Sister Azara, Sister Ahawaba, Officer Shar, and other brothers checking in the class and looking, viewing the class. And what's this word transliterated? We got anybody?
Princess Zabaya is giving it the translation, not the transliteration.
What's the transliteration? I want the transliteration.
Okay.
Talk to me. What is it in English? Give me that first. So you can translate anything, or you can figure out what anything is. Tell me what the transliteration is. Give me the tell me what it is in English first. Share it.
She has it.
What you got? Anybody?
Princess Labaya says Bashamayim.
Mm-hmm. Oh, spell that out.
BASHAMAYAM.
Pretty much like we had.
Mm-hmm.
And what she had for the definition there?
She has Azra got it too.
What Azara? Yes, you got the same thing. Okay.
And she says it is are in heaven.
Yeah, or it just means the, like this. The heavens. Why is that the heavens? Why is that the heavens? Why is that word the heavens? Because Shemayim, what's the root word there? I'll underline it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And what's that root word? I think she said it. What did she say?
She said Bashamayim.
Bashamayim, the heavens.
Mm-hmm.
Or in heavens. It just means the heavens. And so Mayam meant what? I think she said water, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the heavens is nothing but saying the waters. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's what this word is. so Azara, Labai Azara, and it seemed like everybody in class got that one. But that's what that is. It's, you're saying the heavens. That means everything upstairs up there above. When the Lord separated the firmaments, he was saying the waters. Because that's primarily what's up there. Clouds, atmospheres, gases, all that stuff is nothing but waters, man. The waters, the heavens. So we say Ba Shemayam. Ba Shemayam. That's a good word where you have a root word mixed already with a plural. And Mayam, okay? You see?
Mm-hmm.
That's what that comes from. Y'all get me? So clap it up for class, man. That's a strong. This is like something that you can write down your notes in your chat and write it down and use it as a good strong tool to keep in your notes to break down anytime you want to transliterate something and underline a root word. You'll do the same way with any other thing. Break it down that way. Then when you take it to some person of higher understanding of Hebrew, they'll begin able to work with you, because this can get higher. This can get harder and higher understanding, because a lot of these words, you got to understand the prepositions in front of them. You got to understand the possessive adjectives in front of them. A lot of things apply, and plurals. A lot of things apply here. But y'all found it. That's cool. Okay, so we good here?
Mm-hmm.
Good. We'll erase this off the board here. Y'all broke the bank on that one there. I didn't go all of because I didn't really have to really. Because the main ones y'all kind of understand unless somebody has some subtle differences between some of the others. I'll tell you two that look alike too. Here, do these two real. These ones that always used to be hard, right? These used to be rough. Okay. Do these. Do these right here. All right. Okay. Same concept, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do these. You know. Tell me what them is. Tell me what those is. Or these are. Tell me what these are. We'll go, I'll go before I move on to something else here. I'll just say 1, 2, and 3. Tell me what those are. Take your time. Tell me what those are, okay? Now tell me what these are. Okay? Now take your time. What y'all got? Anybody?
Mm-hmm.
What we got? Because things used to confuse me a lot too.
Okay.
What you got? Number 1, 2.
Isaiah says number 2 is Tazah.
Number 2 is Tazah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Princess Labaya says Tazah and ending Tazah.
Which one? Here?
I think she means 1.
You got 1, 2, and 3. I got 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all want to, which one she's saying? Which one are you saying? Go back again now.
She just says 1. At first she says,
So it's Azara?
no, this is
Azara?
Princess Labaya says Tazah and ending Tazah.
Here.
And then she says number 1.
Oh, number 1. That's Tazah. Okay. All right.
And Isaiah says number 2
Yeah.
is Tazah.
Oh, we got conflict there. And then that's the ending Tazah, right?
But Labian now says, I'm sorry, Labian now says 1, 3, and 2. 1, 3, and 2.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I might have confused people here. I
Mm-hmm.
hope I didn't. But I did have a conflict between, there's a conflict between
Mm-hmm.
somebody up in there. What we got?
Okay.
I got, this is number 2. Maybe they didn't see what I got up there.
Okay, Labian says number 1 is Tazah.
Okay. And number 2 is this one. What she said for that one. And she said, and then what you said for this one, she said ending. I'm guessing. I don't know. Hey, y'all straighten me out over here.
Okay. Labian says number 3 is I.
Number 3 is I. Okay, she said that's I. And number 2 is right here, of course. What's number 2? I mean, what did Azara say? Let's go back to what she said.
Okay. Let's see.
Azara. I got what Labaya said. And what's number 2, Labaya? And Azara, what do you got for
Okay.
1, 3, and 2?
Labian says number 2 is ending Tazah.
This is her ending, okay? All right.
Oh, and now she says something different.
Yeah.
She said number 3 is I.
Who said that?
Labian.
Labaya?
Yeah. And Izra. They both said number 3 is I.
Okay, and then what's number 2? Talk to me. What's number 2 then?
Something totally different. Okay.
That is,
Yeah, okay.
just tell me.
All right. Okay. Okay. Izra says number 3 is I.
So what's number 2?
And Labian says number 2 is ending Tazah.
Okay, and what's Izara say? I'm trying to get a general consensus with both of them.
They keep changing. Okay. Okay. Princess Labian says, what? Wait, 2 is I, and 3 is ending Tazah. LOL.
Oh, she changed.
She changed it.
Let's clap it up for everybody right there. Goddamn. She said this is the ending. And this is the what? I.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't know. Is that what you say, Azara? Just want to make sure everybody's got on the same general consensus here, or if you got a conflict, because there was a conflict here. These were both Tazars at one time, and this was an I. Both of y'all had said this, so it confused me. All right. So, are we all saying now the Tazar is number 1? Y'all see how these Assyrian characters can be held? Y'all see that right there? It's held because these characters. Yeah. I was gonna move on to something else, but I'm gonna make sure. That's why I take the time to go through these, because once I go through them, you'll never forget the subtle differences on the chart. You'll always understand it. That's important, see, and that's in our Hebrew language, right? Y'all won't understand. Y'all won't get the difference. I mean, you won't blow that. That makes sense. So y'all will get it, man. So what we're saying here. Let's lock it for a second. Lock it. Okay, yeah, and this is why the Lord is saying, when the Most High come back, He's gonna get the 12 tribes. Give us a pure language, man, that only we understand. That's why we're going through all of this, so you'll understand, and we're practicing up, because the Lord says, Zephaniah 3 and 9, for then will I turn to the people a pure language, Lashawan Qadash, that they may all call upon Jesus, that they may all call upon the name of the Lord. Let me read this, Zephaniah 3 and 9, because I got this wrong here. Zephaniah 3 and 9. Let me get it right here. Something wrong here. Zephaniah 3 and 9, I say. Let's turn to it together. Let's read it. Get me straight here. Zephaniah 3 and 9. Gotta read this. But then will I turn to the people a pure language, that they may all call upon the name of Yahweh, to serve him with how many consent? One consent. That means all these other nations are going to be bound down to us anyway. They're going to come to us with one consent and learn our language. We won't have to go through their characters and all this stuff. The Lord's going to turn to us a pure language. And I do believe it's the ancient Hebrew. But, this is what I'm saying. So here's the answer to these questions here. This is an I. Okay? How do we know that? That's an I, okay? All right. This is an ending character. This is the ending character for Tazah. The ending character, okay, for the Tazah, okay? That makes sense. Now, and it looks similar. That's why the girls, y'all sisters, I'm sorry, Flakia, the sisters, grown women, I could call them girls. The sisters have a difference in seeing these. Now, I wrote them down exactly like they appear on the board. I mean, 95% understanding right there. And then I wrote, did I not write them down? And see, but that's the point. And here's a good way to do it without even using your chart or your memory. Of course, if you give up, then go ahead and look at the chart. But the Tazah looks something like this. They all look like this. But the Assyrians, they just looked at some sort of view. They say, okay, yeah, that's an eye to me. What the hell it look like an eye? We got a circle for ours. And here's the ending character, right? The ending character sort of looks like the eye up here, really. They all look like tree branches. That's the reason why. And the Tazah, of course, our Tazah that we got in our language look like this. Okay? All right, we don't have no other character other than that. That's it. Actually, it really looks like this. Okay? Y'all understand? Y'all got it? This, and that's why y'all was going back and forth. I mean, because it's so easy to get the subtle differences messed up. That's why. And I hope this class tonight kind of gave y'all a real good understanding of what subtle differences are and what you have to study for. You have to study to show thyself approved unto God. The workman need not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. So when you study these characters, you begin to see the subtle differences in them. That's all I did was just put up there what the Hebrew charts say, right? But the Most High is going to give us that pure language. You know what I'm saying? Am I right? Yeah, that's all I'm really. Okay, and then real quick here, when you say for the men, we'll say like this. We'll give let me put a couple plurals up here, then we'll end class. See how y'all remember the plurals, all right? It's important because when we say for the men, we say Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, then we say Barak right here. Then we say Barak Atah, right? Atah. And of course, when we say it in plural, we say for the men right here. For the men, we say thumb, right? Y'all with me? Hum. See that hum there? And then for women, we say, I'll put it in another color here so y'all see the differences. F for female, Barak, like this. Then I'll say Tha again. That's all universal. Tha means what? Write in the chat, what does this mean? What does this whole transliteration mean right here? Tell me. And then I say over here, I say done. What does this word, what do these words mean? Then we say han over here. Okay? What does these words mean? Ham is them, and Han is them also and women, right? So the possessives, y'all and y'all, you have men, com, and then you have the women, y'all, is con. But that's a whole other thing. And of course, we're talking about plurals here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how do we write plurals? That's what we're doing right now. These are the plurals. We ain't gonna stay too long on this right here. But what does this mean? Y'all tell me what this what these words mean. Barak atah, barak atham. Barak atah, barak athun. And that'll be the last thing we do tonight. That'll be y'all last assignment. Can y'all do that for me? These are plurals, of course. These are Assyrian Hebrew, of course. If you want to write in Assyrian Hebrew, I'll write it down for you. But y'all tell me what it means. What does a transliterate mean, right? So we say ba like this, ba, and then we say ra like that. See how I took the time to do all that real neat. Ba ra, and then we have the ka over here, right? The ending character, you got to have an ending character. You got to go like this and like that. Barak, of course. Then you have like this. Okay. And then you have tha. All I'm doing is just, getting ready to write the wrong thing there. Tha, and then I'm gonna have the ha sound. Either I have like this, or I may have a thun or a thumb, depending on which male or female I'm doing. So what does this mean? Anybody? What does Barak Atah mean? A Barak Atah and Barak Athan. What does Barak mean? What does that mean? Somebody tell me. What we got?
Sister Labai has an answer.
Yeah, what you got?
Bless you, him / you or him.
Yeah, bless you. Uh-huh.
And the other one is bless you or her.
Right. Bless you for the her. It's they both mean bless you, but then how do we know it's a him or her? Of course, we go hum for a thought. Well, Barak Atah in general just means bless you. It's always masculine until you make it feminine. When you make it feminine, it's Athan. That because you're beginning to say when you say Barak Atah, you may use the word Yahweh Shema Alatah or Alathan.
Mm-hmm.
When you want to say you over here for that, and you want to say y'all over here. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
And over here you want to say same thing. You for the man, and of course y'all or many of y'all, right? Y'all understand? But the main understanding is this. Han. You want to say Han when you want to use the woman. Athan. And when you want to say the man, and this will be the last thing we do up here, you want to say Ham. Barakatham. We didn't have time to go over my other lessons I wanted to go over tonight. In tenses, we'll do that next week, please. Y'all tune into class for sure. And we're going to go over some real things that'll really captivate you when it comes to perfect, if Lord willing, unless I changed something, Lord willing, of course. When we do present, future, and past tense, when we begin to understand the gerunds, ing words of how you can do those, okay? When you want to write them into sentences. But take good notes, because these notes, you can use this when you want to do plural. You just got to know your root word, okay? That's the main thing. Understand your root word. Understand your root word and your prepositions and your possessive adjectives. I'm sorry. Okay? But look like we understand. Any more notes?
Azra said it was bless him singular or bless them plural or bless her singular and bless her plural.
Plural. That's exactly right. So let's clap it up for everybody in class. Exactly right. Everybody. Sister Azra, Labaya, Hawaba, Kayaba, Shar. Bless it up for class. And I know there are a myriad of other people listen. A few other people, cross section of people that are listening. Um, in class, and we appreciate that. And I know you guys learned some things. So some people it's being a repeat, but when you repeat in class, that's a test to show that you actually learned what you've learned the last time you was in class, or the last time it could have been just last week. And like I say, I do clap that up for class, and I appreciate that take the time. Somebody got some notes right there.
Yeah, clapping it up for class.
Yeah, clap it up for class. Damn right, clap it up for class. Exactly right. That's all. I'm not going to do any more on class. We're going to go and do some announcements, okay? That makes sense? Because if you like this class, like and share the class. Like and share the class, because I try to do things in simplicity. That way, when you finally get to do it and add it up, it's all the people, you'll begin to read Hebrew and you begin to see that, damn, I understand this. Because I know all the students I got in class right now. All of them, when they go for Sabbath service, hey, bro, hey, sis. Of course, the sisters don't get on the platform, but they kind of follow us in the book, and that's important. But our brothers, hey, they understand Sabbath service. That's the key. Never, like, had some brothers in there, I'm not going to mention their name. They said, man, I never thought I could do this. But that's the reason why. It's because you have Commanding General Yahanna teaching you, because he taught me. How did he teach me? Through officer, captain. I'm sorry, captain. Well, at that time was Officer Natazar, and of course Captain now as Captain Natazar, who taught me in Hebrew, and of course I had some other teachers in there also that give me some notes when I came there as a youngster. Nazagabar, Dawada, Dawada, a few other people giving me understanding, and I appreciate that. And and I've learned, and I've grown. So that's the whole point. So I appreciate y'all clapping up in class. And let's see. We're going to read some Hebrew announcements right here. Let me find them right here. Salakia. What do I got here? Hebrew announcements. Hebrew announcements to thank you guys once again for supporting yourself, really, for the support that you've given to me. And of course, quite naturally, it gives me an idea to want to teach you more under Commander General Yahanna. Like I said, we really appreciate Commander General Yahanna for bringing it all the way back since 1985, whatever year he started. That's important, because I wouldn't know this. I mean, I tried. I tried. You can't. But because of the Hebrew chart and all the brothers that it took, sweat, died for our understanding of the Lashawan Qadash and this Bible knowledge that we have now, why, man, you have to sit up there and give them Barakatah, right? Barakathum. Bless y'all, All right. We are the ISUPK start off. But by the way, make sure that you pay your tithe and offering. Support your school. to make sure things flow right, okay? Under command of Jonah Yahanna. We are the ISUPK, start off 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. The rule for the brother and sister: when a brother or sister comes into school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment, Numbers 18, 21, Malachi 3, 8, and 10, means 10th in the Hebrew. Ma Asherah. 10% of every penny of increase the Most High gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. The priest fund, free will offering for the priests. It's not mandatory, but whatever amount you would like to give, of course. Upholding convocations. Let's see. We got one coming up this Sunday here. Make sure you guys attend. Let's see, where is that at? We got one coming up this Sunday. uh, oh, there it is. Okay. That's called the, here it is right here. First fruits. If 2025, of course, that's has already happened, of course. But count 50 days, and that's what we're getting ready to come down on, that 50 days this Sunday. Celebrate the 50th day. That's what we're going to do. Sunday, June the 8th, 2025. Start before sundown. Leviticus 23, 10 through 22. Of course, make sure you come to the ISUPK South Carolina school, okay? That's what you want to make sure, and be there at 7 o'clock, and we'll start after sundown. Make sure that happens. Where are we at here? Okay. And then, of course, whatsoever, I'm sorry, remind Akim and Akwaf to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school and start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. Of course, women, you wear all black, and that's how you can make sure you get on board. Begin to be part of ISUPK. And don't forget to pay your tithes. We want to stand. We're going to salute out the brothers. Okay. All right. All right. Ma'am Shabbat. Majid. Barak. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Barak Atam. Yamata. Sar. Face the sisters. Imam Shabbat. Amadin. Yahweh Shamar Alatan. By Hashem, Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shema Alathan by Hashem Yahushua.
Yamata. Class dismissed.